Hey there, I'm Brian, a trainer and athlete. I'm going to tell you exactly the 5 things I do to recover from pain and injuries. It's exactly what I coach my clients to do as well. Now, this is assuming you don't require medical attention. If you do, please go see a doctor. If not, let's do this. I'm going to reference my notes a little bit so I can be a little bit more concise. Now, this strategy I'm going to share with you has helped me at 37 with tons of pain and injuries, still play and perform at a really high level, be super powerful and fast. So it will help you too. It'll help you train hard and stay on the field. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share a specific example, the hamstrings. I'm going to share what I do for it, what I do with my clients. I'm going to summarize the main principles, which you can then apply to other areas of your body. Cool? Cool. So first off, have a hamstring strain or pain, tension, it's not feeling great. Cool. We want to move the surrounding joints. So knee, hip. We want to move the knee a lot. We want to move the hip a lot in pain-free ranges of motion. Cars, joint rotations work great for this. What that does is it puts some force through the hamstring, which is going to have to activate a little bit when we move those tissues. We want to do them in pain-free ranges. It's also going to help promote healthy pain-free movement at these joints. And when these joints function well, the tissues that are connected to them, one of them being the hamstrings or several of them being the hamstrings, those tissues are going to function better. They're going to have a better chance at functioning well. So that might not address the entire issue, but it's at least going to help with recovery. It's going to give us an environment for good recovery. The second big thing we want to do is move the entire body. So cycling, a brisk walk, a salt bike, something like that. We want to get things flowing, get the body moving. This gets the blood flowing, this helps with inflammation, and generally it just helps us feel good. Like general exercise helps reduce pain on a global level. It also improves sleep, which is going to help with recovery too. So get everything moving in a way that feels good to the hamstring. So cycling, airdyne bike tend to work pretty well because it's not super intense on the hamstrings. Also walking, super underrated. Do that if you can. Number 3, we want to strength train within reason. We don't want any major stress of the hamstrings. We don't want to create more inflammation there. I would start with isometric. So this is where we're creating force but not moving. So you could find a stretch for your hamstrings, right, that does not hurt. Then we're going to push down, create force through here. So that also promotes blood flow. And the use of force is going to help with adaptation. We want to get these tissues to adapt, not just stagnate. The really nice thing about isometrics is that we can very easily adjust them, build them up. So typically what I'll have people do is they start pushing down really easy and gradually build up the intensity until it reaches close to our limit, if it either creates pain or just does not feel great. So unlike some other strength training exercises, with the isometrics we can very specifically challenge different angles and different tissues at varying intensities, and we can find our limits safely. And also regular isometrics at low to moderate intensities are excellent for tendon health and tendon recovery. Now we can also do some lifting, but I would recommend being careful with this. So we don't want to load up the hamstrings too much. Deadlifts, RDLs, heavy squats, or lunges, probably not a great idea, but you can move with much lower weight than you normally do with the lower body. And then you can still hit the upper body pretty hard because again, strength training, exercise in general is an analgesic. It's going to help your pain perception go down. It's going to help you feel better physically and mentally and improve sleep. If all this other stuff is progressing well, number 4, we're going to go do a game-like warm-up. So you're going to go to a field. Maybe you have a game. Maybe your team has a game or a practice. You're going to go to the field as if you were going to play. You're going to cleat up, do a super thorough warm-up, get your body moving in all different athletic-like ways, game-like ways, but in a controlled environment. And then when you're done, you just go home or you chill and watch your team, cheer your team on. But the key is we don't get in an uncontrolled environment, we stay controlled, and we reduce the part that is most stressful on the body, the reactive, high-speed stuff that we don't have full control over. This is also really nice mentally because you get to show up, you get to cleat up, be a part of the team, and move in more athletic ways, and you start to build that confidence. You go through the full warm-up. It's a wonderful way to get some information on if your body really is fully ready to go a step further. But I recommend doing that several times before you return to full speed games. And number 5, finally, this is more of a mindset thing. We want to be okay with some pain. If you're an athlete, you are going to have pain sometimes, no matter what you do. And we don't want to ignore it, but we'll have a much healthier response if we learn to expect it rather than dread it. And this is not like pain's always lurking around the corner for us. It's more like it's going to pop up sometimes because it's a natural consequence of me playing a high-level sport and training hard. And that's okay. If you use these strategies to build confidence that you can manage pain whenever it pops up, then pain and injuries won't be such a scary thing. You'll be confident that you can handle it, that you'll recover from it, and this is a temporary thing, not something to catastrophize over. So the awesome part about going through this process is you build resilience in your body, but you also build confidence in your mind that you can handle whatever's thrown at you. And that alone can actually bring your pain perception down. Super cool stuff. A big PS for you here, no matter what you do, this process is going to look different for everyone. It might be faster or slower for people depending on your injury, depending on your experience. We all have different pasts and experiences, different needs and priorities. So use these principles, apply them in a way that works safely and sustainable for you. Now, if you like this, follow along. Please give me a comment to let me know if you liked it so that I'll make more of these and I can make them for other areas of the body or dive really specific into specific pain and injuries. Thanks again. Have a great day.